Hey, what's up, everybody? So we're back with the new grind. This has suddenly become the most active speedrun for Symphony of the Night. Any percent for the Saturn version. So this is Alucard any percent, but interestingly, we're starting as Maria here. This is a character unique to the Saturn version. You can also play as Maria on the PSP, but she's a totally different character. I think it's fair to say this is Maria at her strongest. If you want to do this speedrun, you gotta learn a little bit of the Maria fundamentals. So all we're trying to do here is rush to the first save point. This has been pretty good. I got knocked around by a zombie, but otherwise, pretty solid. So here we're gonna set up a save transfer. We're gonna reset the game, load the file up, then immediately reset a second time. And now start a new file as Alucard. And for whatever reason, when you do it this way, you inherit Maria's stats, and the flag is set to start with every relic in the game. Also, we're out of bounds for some reason. That part I'm not sure about. So let's go ahead and turn on all of our useful relics. Just hop into the corner here. And just like that, OP Alucard has entered the chapel. Now, one of the great things about the Saturn version, I think, is that the dash mechanics get a chance to shine. Unique to this version is the Godspeed Shoes relic, where you can double tap or double back to dash. It's slower on the ground compared to back dashing, but it's quicker in the air, which is quite nice. So this version's actually got more movement variety than the PlayStation version, which is pretty impressive. Now, you're gonna notice this runs a little bit sloppy in places. This is day one for me, in terms of learning and executing the routes. But it is a good proof of concept. Love that room. In the Saturn version, wing smashes go on indefinitely, so you can do really nice maneuvers like that one. Now I'm going up here to get a strength potion. For reasons you'll see later, this is currently a waste of time. Back before this run, it was a good idea. But there's a certain drop that defines the run, and now all speedruns are going to skip that strength up. That is such a sick fight. Unarmed combat in Saturn is very underrated, I think. And this category's got some great fights. We're going to see another really good one at the start of Castle 2, which, surprisingly, despite being 3 minutes in, is coming up real soon. Now, I'm not sure why, but you can consistently skip Richter in every version of Saturn. The setups are different, but being able to skip this guy is a universal fact of this game. So you just backdash in the right spot, and you're through. You're out of bounds. This is the hard part right here. There is one pixel you have to find in the dark to warp to Castle 2. So there's the setup. At some point, if this run gets super optimized, you're gonna have to do what I call the pixel lottery and just mash up randomly to find that pixel. Anyway, check out this vertical wing smash. It's kind of neat. You don't see that too often. So finally, we're back in bounds. The game is going to be normal again for like 2 minutes. But here we go. This is the big adjustment to the routes that's going to define the speedrun going forward. You see these panther enemies? They have a very important drop that we need. Yeah, that is such a fun Medusa fight. All about positioning and timing. Holy Water puts in a lot of work. So my MP is a little bit low here. I'm doing some improv MP routing, so I'm going to lose a little bit of time on movement. But the important thing is, do you get the drop? We're looking for a Masamune sword. And there it is. Saved the run. Let's talk about it. The Masamune, at our current luck stat, has a 1 in 303 chance of dropping. It's the Black Panther rare drop. By the way, one more out of bounds. Let's break the game a little bit more. Anyway. 1 in 303 per Panther, and there are 7 we kill on the way. So when you crunch the numbers, every run has a 1 in 44 chance of getting the sword. Now, why is this so important? Well, as you saw versus Hippogriff and versus Medusa, we don't have a weapon. So any decent weapon is going to save time on Shaft and Dracula. And this is not just a good weapon, it's one of the best weapons in the game. Now, personally, I feel like 1 in 44 is acceptable. This is not like Circle of the Moon, Dracula RNG, where optimal RNG is like 1 in 60,000 or something crazy like that. What this is going to mean is that consistency is going to become really important. Because you don't want to get a Masamune in a run and then lose a lot of time before and after. Now here there's like one broken pixel in the ceiling. You can just fly right through that part of the terrain. Then we turn into Wolf, grab the elevator. Like this run was fine, right? Some small mistakes, some MP issues that I'm going to reroute around. You do want to cut it close, but I cut it a little bit too close this time, so we were like walking around a bit more than I'd like. But I got all the major tricks. I got the sword, and finally we can show it off. Look at how good this thing is. I can tell you the punch does like 20. Compared to triple hit 200. So yeah, ultimately a gold time for this category. I love the Saturn version of Soden, so I'd like to hold on to the record long term. It is going to be a grind. But yeah, very exciting time for Soden. I'm glad this version is getting its chance in the spotlight. So here we go. You are intangible only while activating the super. So you gotta be careful here not to choke. Time is coming up. And it's done. Nice pause for good measure. And a little celebration confetti. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. This has been the Masamune route for Symphony of the Night Any %. More speedruns of this in the future.